What's going on, everybody? What's going on? Hope everybody's having a good evening. Hope everybody's having a good day today. I know it was raining a little bit, but it's supposed to rain the rest of the week. But we come to drop by, man. Think of Game Podcast. You got Jay in the house. You got Mike in the house. Pill will probably be in. He probably finishing up cutting the yard somewhere, knowing him. But he would definitely be on. So today, we're talking about moving around, moving in the corporate world, giving insights from our years of working in the corporate world, giving it back to anybody that want to hear it. But being able to think through this stuff. Before we get into that though, the warm up. Chud the Builder, he won the dummy lottery. What you think about that?
With people like him, your words can't hurt you.
Oh
Your
my
words
God.
can't have you doing that time. He thought the law,
Yeah.
but when you say something on social media, then you go shoot somebody. Yeah, he feeling the pain now.
At 1.25 million.
So we just got a hold of an arrest warrant for
$1.25
Dalton
million
Etherly
bond.
that reveals
It's
new
crazy.
details, including the name of the man that he got into an altercation with and is alleged to have shot. That he's facing this very serious charge of attempted murder. That other man has been identified by Montgomery County officials as Joshua Fox. We also got a narrative here within the affidavit. They gave a lot more details into what happened outside of that Montgomery County courthouse on Wednesday. Officers noted that they watched surveillance video, and in that video, they saw that this started out as a verbal fight, that Etherly turned toward Fox and then reached for his firearm, and then a physical fight ensued. Etherly, according to this affidavit, then shot Fox multiple times. Fox was then airlifted over to Vanderbilt Hospital where he underwent emergency surgery. Now, Etherly live streamed himself, the interaction, it's caught on audio, the interaction that he had with first responders shortly after he's alleged to have shot Fox.
He said, "You start saying all that me, I'm gonna hit you." He hit me, started wailing on me, even after I had to defend myself by shooting him. He's still wailing on me.
Now, in that live stream, Etherly says that he didn't start shooting until Fox started to beat up on him. But it's important to note that in the actual narrative of the affidavit, officers note that in the surveillance video that they witnessed, this never turned physical until Etherly pulled out his gun. Of course, we've reached out to his attorney for comment. But again, this is
They said it didn't turn physical until he pulled out his gun. Woo!
You got to know it's cameras everywhere. You know,
Yes.
back in the
Somebody's
days,
filming it too.
back in the 90s, they weren't on cameras. We only had his word, but now we can roll back that beautiful beam footage.
This is the first time I think they hadn't took up for an orange. The orange hadn't took up for an orange.
Yeah,
You on your
it's
own.
hard to take him for somebody who's saying this type of stuff online, who's basically said, "I'm going to do this."
Yeah. Yeah.
Louis Slider, he did it. And the judge saw that too. The judge and the police can see your social media, people, kids.
Yeah.
They can see that.
So we're watching
All
another
in
video.
court talking about they don't count. No.
What's up with your boy Charleston, man? Is he going on the second run, man?
He trying.
He was talking crazy, man. Check this out.
Fighting and mad and shooting and dying and struggling. It's some people don't know no struggles. I never knew my mother had to struggle. I never knew what my mama had to do to take care of us because children weren't supposed to know so we can stay innocent. We don't know if mama them rich or poor. We just know we ain't without.
My kids think I'm rich.
They supposed to. They're not supposed to know their real reality. You're gonna rock.
What you think, man? You think dude and just crashed out? Now he's like, I'm gonna rebuild myself, man.
No, he's still on the same thing. What a thing with him, he noticed you get more saying controversial stuff, clickbait, stuff like that.
Yeah, for sure.
You get more eyes on you. People
Right.
listen to you when you crazy and radical, you know.
That's real.
And he noticed it, and every once in a while he gonna do that. You know, every once in a while he gonna say something smart or profound. He ain't as stupid as he look.
No, he definitely ain't as stupid as he look. That's real. Hell, I remember he's on Vlad. He was talking about the formula. He was like, he studied Vlad too, and he's like, man, I probably missed out on $1 million, man, when I started messing with you, man. We'll do it with Vlad, man. But people don't realize though, Vlad, man, you really gotta have a team. You can't do that by yourself. What Vlad doing? You gotta have a team of people, man. Somebody doing specific stuff, or you won't burn out, but you'll be like, you know what? I'll let that ride today. I'm not gonna do all that today. You know what I'm saying? But when you got a team and you just focus on what you do and let everybody else do the rest, now you got a machine. You know what I'm saying? That's what Vlad got, man. He got a machine, man. What do you think about the Boosie so far? You still think Boosie? You still think he did the right thing?
Yeah, it's like looking at the stock market in the 2000s. I should have invested in Apple. You always have this profound hindsight when you look back. He was trying to get his value and negotiate. You know, if he would have put out a good product that people wanted to see, he would have been fine. But come to find out, not as many people as he thought wants to see him. But nobody's figured out this internet formula. Didn't nobody think Shannon Sharp was gonna blow up? Nobody thought Charleston White would have as many clips and videos as he had. You don't know the recipe. You don't know the formula.
Do you think he had a bird in the hand? He went for two in the bush instead of the bird he had in his hand?
But everybody does that. Like when you take a chance and go to college, you could have stayed at your job, became a manager.
But you can work your job and go to college, right?
Yeah, you know, but you want it now. Like I can go to college full time and quit my job. Well, you know, you don't know. So if it had worked out, people would have said he was a genius. It didn't work out the way they think he should. Way he think he should. Now, oh man, he
so
should.
If you're making $25,000 an interview, right? And you ask for 5,000 more, and he say no, you will stop to 25. You say I don't even want to do it no more. I'm trying to break it down so people can understand the different angles of it. Like you know what? I don't even want 25. Since you don't want to give me $5,000, forget the 25.
No, well, he wanted to forgetting the 20 or 25. He wanted to be his own boss. I see this people do it all the time. I don't need a lawyer. I don't need a realtor. I can sell my own house. But they're lame. They're a real estate. They're a realtor.
Now, if you know how to do it, if you know how to do it, I get it. But if you don't know what you're doing, definitely don't do it.
People think they know what they're doing. Like,
they think they do.
What my lawyer did, what my school teacher did, it's easy. I'm gonna do it. Then when you get to do it, like I see Vlad, I study Vlad. Then you try to do it yourself. Oh, that's what he had to do doing this. That's what he had to do doing that. It's not as easy as you thought. But if nobody is gonna bet on you, you gotta bet on you. And he betted on himself. And
I just say make money all different ways. That's all I would say. Just make money all different ways. You know what I'm saying?
I think he is making money a lot of ways, but he lost that. But he took a risk. Don't be scared to take a risk on self-improvement. Because if he could have been his boss,
but do a bird in the hand, beats two in the bush. But do a bird in the hand, beats two in the bush.
Yeah, that's like saying I'm not gonna take no chances.
Sure.
You know, you gotta risk something to get something.
Okay.
Ain't nobody
one more thing.
School ain't free. Self-development ain't free.
Mm-mm.
You have to lose something to get something.
But you can do both if you're smart, make the right moves. You can do both. You can work and self-develop at the same time. Multitask. I guess is what I'm saying.
But you'll never be the boss working under somebody. Now you're saying work under them until
how many people do you know that we've seen in our life that's built to be a boss though? Everybody say that, but how many people really built to be a boss?
So even the people who thought there was and wasn't, well, let's say the people who thought there was and actually were bosses, right? They had to
Because
take a chance somewhere.
a sole proprietorship is different than owning a business and having people work for you, right?
Yeah.
And a lot of people say they want their own business, but it's usually a sole proprietorship. It's not like you got a corporation, like people working for you, like different levels of, employment and stuff like that. But
But he
'cause it's
had
levels
that,
to it.
like, as a rapper, I make all the product and I'm my own business, but this
Yeah.
is reaching out, branching out. I'm proud of him for taking a chance on himself.
Mm-hmm.
Like the million times it don't work out. You
I
only need
think
to work out once.
I think it could work out for him. It's probably gonna take a while because I'm just learning from what we're doing. I mean, we just now at 400 people, but I'm sure he's more famous than us. But you have to get the right team or right people to do stuff and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I think that's gonna take time. Finding the different things to do because I think I would hope that when he did stuff for Vlad, he actually learned the stuff that Vlad was doing, the kind of equipment that Vlad was using, and how he set stuff up. That's what I would have been doing. You know what I'm saying? Then I
Yeah,
would have
see,
just started launching
and
my own
that's the
stuff.
part I think he thought was easier.
Yeah.
Seeing dude do it, seeing
Yeah.
somebody work a machine, like seeing Michael Vick do stuff is easy.
Boy.
All you got to do is
Yeah.
this. But when you get out there on the field, you
Boy.
realize I ain't got the speed he got.
Mm-mm.
You know.
Yeah, running a 4.2 ain't easy.
You know, and
Yeah,
that's what
running a 4.6 ain't easy. People think like, oh man, he ran a 4.6. You get out there and run a 4.6 in a 40-yard dash. See how your body feel.
The bigger you get, the slower you are. And this is the thing I gotta give Shannon Sharpe his props. He had a whole production team from the beginning. Even when he didn't have the followers, he had a production team.
Stephen A. Smith got a whole production team in the studio, yeah, for sure.
And he had all the preparation, and then when he hit, the preparation was already in place.
Time to turn up. Yep, it's time to turn up. So, get into the actual podcast now. Moving into the corporate world. From your experience, what's the first thing a person needs to know before entering the corporate world?
First, yourself. What you're good at, you gotta assess yourself first.
Yes, I agree.
Know where you want to go. Then know where you're going. So know the type of people and know the place you want to go.
Yeah.
If you want a doctor, know how hospitals work. See if you can actually do the work. There's something you want to do.
Yeah, for sure.
If you don't know the environment and you trying to jump in both feet, I got myself under control. I know what I can do, but you don't know the environment. You're gonna jump in a puddle you don't want to be in.
Yeah,
everything you think you are, and you're somewhere you don't want to be.
Yeah, I would say too. Really, understand habits that you learn early will follow you into the corporate world if you don't learn good habits, if you don't maintain good habits. You think not coming to school on time won't follow you into the corporate world, but it will. Being late to class, being reliable, like just like coming to class, like if you got to be there at 8:30, being there at 8:30, 8:28, 8:25, something like that. Because most of the time, if you don't, it's gonna carry over into your adult life. You're gonna be late to work a lot and stuff like that. And that'll count against you, you know what I'm saying? I know some people be saying, well, I should be able to be late sometime, but some jobs you can't be late at all. I remember I worked at the airport, you couldn't be late at all. They give you like a 5-minute grace period. If you're there at 6:30, they give you to like 6:37 to clock in, you know what I'm saying? And if you pass that 6:38, you are late, you know what I'm saying? Some jobs a little bit more.
That didn't give you that, Some people think it's easy for them in their life. It's easy to be on time. You may have attention deficit. It's up to you to figure out different tips and tricks to trick yourself to make you want to get up, to put your clothes out at night and don't figure out your outfit in the morning. You have to do that because ain't nobody gonna tell you to do that. You know,
Yep.
It's easy for Tasha to be on work on time because that's her
Yeah.
nature. She OCD. You're not. You ADHD. You
Yeah.
gotta figure it out because y'all get paid the same. They want the same results.
Oh man, before we go to the next, I want to show this for Chud, man. We're gonna play this for Chud, man. He gonna have to learn this right here, this video, man. I think I sent y'all this to the group chat, man. Hold on.
Really heard stories of Ray doing state time. So I know Ray is a booty bandit. You know what a booty bandit is.
Yeah.
So in his mind, I'm a white dude. You know, he ain't really understanding the politics going on about me. Because right now the prisons are in an uproar about me. You know what I'm saying? With the black car and the and all this other next. So he's like, yeah, I seen you eating that honey, boy. I said, shit, when everybody else did. He told me, yeah, well, I'm gonna close the door and you know what's gonna happen next. I said, you right. He said, oh, okay, so you already know what's going on. I'm like, yeah, I do. I do know what's about to happen. He said, all right. So he closed the door. Man, next thing you know, pat, get him off me. Help. I got him beating the shit out. I'm pulling his clothes down in the cell. I'm trying to pull his clothes down in the cell. Because you not me, champ. Mind you, I'm pulling his clothes down as a threat. I'm not going to but I'm letting you know this how I feel.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like I'm a big dude at this time.
So when you think about that, how many dudes can just really turn it on like that, though? You know what I'm saying? You got to think about that. Because you know, he know he got to turn it on. He eating the honey bun. He almost saying like, I wish you would. I wish somebody would. You know what I'm saying?
And they'll grant your wish.
Yeah. This happens in the corporate world, too. You got to be careful about that. This happens in the corporate world, too.
It just looks different, you know?
Yeah. It's a little different, but it happens.
They'll
too.
play you on them emails. They'll get really disrespectful in a professional way.
Yeah, some jobs, I think, was like Wells Fargo, stuff like that. If you take somebody drink, they'll fire you for that. Right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They say if you'll take a Coke, you'll take a dime. You'll take a dime. You'll take a dime.
You'll take a quarter. You take a quarter, you'll take a dollar. You take a dollar, you'll take 10 million.
Boy, for real. You
but
know.
some people be playing with that. Like, I worked in the hospital for years. It's the dude will eat your lunch.
Yeah. For real. They will.
He a nurse. He risking his job, taking your lunch.
Or he feel like the politics on his side. Like, what you gonna really say? What you gonna do about it? You know.
If you play it wrong, you play it right, you can get him fired. You play it wrong, you can get fired. You gonna check dude, you gonna say something disrespectful, you gonna be loud. HR.
Yeah, you can't bring the hood to corporate. You can't still on dude for taking your lunch. You can, but it ain't gonna be the results that come after that. You know what I'm saying?
And that's the thing. You can do all things.
Yes.
But you got to deal with all the consequences that come along with what you're doing.
Yeah, for sure.
Because you can sit on them. You can, but you won't have your job.
Yep. And you got to understand the difference between business and personal. Sometimes people get blurred in that. Your manager tell you it ain't personal, man. It's just business. Even though people build relationships with you, but when it come down to business, though, when upper management tell your manager it's either Mike or you, guess what, Mike? It's not personal, it's business. And I'm not gonna lose my job. You got to go, dog. It happened just like that. You know what I'm saying? That's why you gotta be careful about how you moving, you know what I'm saying, in the corporate world, because people will be your friend up to a certain point, or they'll be cool with you up to a certain point.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You just my work friend. But I think we better stop saying that, like your professional life and your personal life, because everything connects. Because sometimes those personal consequences can affect your business life.
Yes.
Sometimes the business consequences can affect your personal life. It's vice versa. Because Chud just doing stuff on the internet. I'm just an influencer.
Yeah.
But now he's doing time. You ain't got no job when you're doing. Who gonna keep your job? You doing just doing a little 3 years, just a little light sentence. I'm gonna go back and
somebody gonna put that honey bun on his pillow, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, he gonna have to make a choice. You know, say, do you put it back? Don't eat it. Do you eat the honey bun?
Because they're going to want that honey bun, the whole one, the one you ate, they're going to want that back. And they'll go get it.
That's crazy, man. But let us know, guys. What's the first thing a person needs to know before entering into the corporate world? Let us know. So the next one, myth. Is this a myth or is it truth? It's not what you know, it's who you know. What do you think? You think it's a myth or is it true?
What's that? I'm sorry. I
Oh,
can't.
you good, you good, you good. It's not what you know, it's who you know.
That's true. That's true. That's I don't know. I don't care how much AI we get, how much technology we gonna have. That's a thing that we have. Trump whole family is in position. Even the people who married in.
Right.
In position.
Yeah. I will say that it's true to a certain point. You can know the right people, but if you don't have the skills to swim on your own, they can get you to the pool. But if you can't swim, you still a drown.
Yeah,
that's the part. What I'm saying, like, I think people don't understand that part. Like John can get me to the pool, but now he got me there. He can't do the swimming for me. I got to swim now. You know what I'm saying? And you can go at it by yourself. It's harder to go at it by yourself. You just have to realize that most people that know people, they get a little more leeway. It seems like they can make a little bit more mistakes because they know the people. They can put them in other places if they don't make it at that spot. You know what I'm saying? But when you try to do like Wolverine, you know what I'm saying, and you're not with the X-Men, you're just out there in the wilderness, you got to be that much more skilled. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And Wolverine was pretty skilled, dude, to operate on his own when he wasn't with the X-Men. You know what I'm saying?
But I'm not concerned about the people with the lack of skill. They get put in position, they're going to fall.
Yeah,
but
for
you
sure.
gotta worry about the people that's in competition with you. They ain't going to miss a shot. And they gonna get a leg up because they know somebody. They just as good as you or better.
Yeah.
And they get a leg up because they know somebody.
I think I would tell somebody young this, because don't build up that habit to like, well, I just know people, so I don't have to build up my skills.
Yeah,
we've seen that a lot, and they end up
win like that. And guess what? You don't lose to people like that. Those people don't beat you because they get the position, they lose, and you can catch up to them. But some people get their head start, and you will never catch them. You will never be in arm's reach, and that's the people you got to worry about. I don't worry about the losers that just they dance at the country club with the dude and they get the position. They don't come to work on time. They lollygag. They mess up. We can beat them.
Right.
But you got to worry about those people. They already good.
Yeah.
They're already elite.
Right.
And then they get the leg up. This the people you work hard. Then you still lose your job to him because he knows somebody. And he ain't gonna fall because he ain't gonna miss his step.
Nope.
He just as hungry as you, but he knows somebody. And that's the people you lose to a lot of times.
It don't hurt to build relationships with people that you don't know. I know being from Southwest, I mean, I know people talk about the system and race, but I'm probably gonna say I've had more of oranges help me than apples at certain points working in IT. You know what I'm saying? Because it's very rare that I see more people that look like me. The higher up I go, I see less and less. You know what I'm saying? And being able to, we're gonna talk about that on the next slide, but being able to deal with people at different levels. Not like how you deal. Like I'm not gonna deal with somebody at my job like how I deal with Jay. Number one, I don't even have time to even build that. Man, me and Jay been knowing each other since junior high, so that's over 10 years. Like you can't do that in 5 minutes with another person. You know what I'm saying? It just ain't possible. But I understand about the group dynamic. Like,
trying to make your work best friend your actual best friend. That's a waste of time and energy.
Boy, because you don't know when turnover might happen. But Another thing too is rolling with the group, right? Like we was talking about Wolverine, or do you want to roll with the X-Men? You know what I'm saying? Do you want to roll with the fraternity, or do you not want to roll with the fraternity? Either way is fine. Nobody, I'm not saying either way is wrong, but there are pros and cons to each one. You know what I'm saying? You can roll with the group, and the group may be in this arena corporate space, right? Like it seemed like in the education realm, it's a lot of fraternities and sororities, and if you in some of those, you can rub shoulders and you can kind of get the neck up in different places because hey, that person's in that's a part of my brotherhood right there. We got to put them on. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of the pro. The con is when it get hot though. You know what I'm saying? Like, we they talking about Louisiana, when that fraternity, that young man died pledging or whatever. Now that will be attached to you, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to deal with that part too of being a part of the group. You can't just like pick and choose the parts that you want. Still nothing
Yeah,
wrong with it because like I say, the network, of brotherhood is actually pretty cool, but it's just everybody do stuff at different times in their life.
yeah.
When you go in there by yourself, go ahead.
You can drown with the crowd, or you can
Boy.
drown by yourself.
Yeah.
You got to know yourself when you put yourself in that group. You do better alone. You may need to be alone.
Yeah.
You can't cut it alone. You need network, and you're a social person. That may be for you. You
Yeah.
can't be the antisocial guy sitting in the corner trying to join a fraternity or sorority.
Yeah. Because
Like he
when
a
you like
brother. He
Wolverine,
weird.
yeah, when you Wolverine or like Rambo, you go at it alone. You don't have those connections, so you really have to get it out the mud. Like you really have to have the skills. You got to kill the interview, and then when you get in there, you have to perform. There's like not a
On
lot of
you. Yep.
leeway. You got to be skilled all the way through. You know what I'm saying? Versus when you know people and got the group, they're like, nah, you don't got to do it. You good. Don't even worry about the interview, or you just go through the motions, and then that get you in. Then you got to do it at certain points. But yeah, when you
Well,
like Rambo or Wolverine, man, it's a whole nother mindset you gotta have. You know what I'm saying?
and sometimes knowing what to study, study this. I got the book from last semester. I got these notes.
Yeah,
Uh, this is what they're gonna tell you in training. You know,
yeah, for sure. So the next one is: can you deal with people without trusting them in the corporate world? This is one thing I think is hard for people to really kind of. When I say don't mix your personal emotions with business, because you don't even know half of the people you work with, like really know them to trust them. You know what I'm saying? And you only deal with them at certain levels. Like I'm not gonna put myself in a position where I don't trust you. If I'm working with you, I'm not gonna put myself in that position. Well, I mean, like I remember we used to work at Walmart, dude, be like, hey man, you want to roll with us? Maybe about to take these TVs to the truck. No, I don't even trust you like that. I'm not getting in position to do nothing like that because I don't trust you. Because I know you're gonna snitch. You know what I'm saying? If that happens, you know what I'm saying? Like I know everybody talk tough, but when they get called into the office and your job on the line, you'll start singing like Luther, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm
boy,
talking about the toughest dudes, the old school dudes. Talking about they tough. They didn't been through Jim Crow. Let them call in the office. Talking about man, what happened? Who did what? Man, dude in there singing like Luther, man, big Luther. You know
boy.
what I'm saying?
And the same thing with the interview rooms. That's
Boy,
your Kurt right there. She don't care. Oh man, no, I was just The dude was my TV.
be in there dancing, boy.
What's my address? Man, I don't know, but 1303 Art Street. So
Yeah, I mean, even when you're dealing with people with like in the corporate world, like you can build those relationships, but like when you're dealing with other men, you gotta understand like this is only a business level kind of friendship. Like I'm not trusting you that we best friends. We just dealing with each other on a business level because we benefit knowing each other or because I'm reliable, you reliable, we kind of work with each other and then you build those relationships. But at the same time, I know that I'm not gonna look at him compared to what me and John got because we've been around each other for 10 years. We just know each other. But when you only been around dude for 2 months, I mean, you
yeah,
can be
I'm not
cordial, but you don't have to trust
antisocial.
him. Huh?
I'm not antisocial, but I ain't your real friend either.
Right,
You know?
exactly.
You a cool dude. I ain't gonna. My son being born, I invite you to childbirth. But some people really, that's all they have. They
And
work friends in a work relationship.
and
And
some
ain't be
people show
reaching.
you stuff. We're gonna talk about that here later too. But some people show you stuff and they're cool, but you don't see the other side of them, right? That deviant side. Right? He'll tell you, "No, I ain't do that," but then he'll later on tell you what I did. Had to go in there and thump myself. You would never even thought he would have done something like that. You know what I'm saying? So you did what? You know what I'm saying?
Boy.
Or seeing a woman from the neighborhood, everybody uplifting her, but when you see her at work, she a whole nother person. You know what I'm saying? Like, what?
What she doing in the copy room?
Boy, for real.
And
She
it beat a lot of dudes. Don't let them borrow your phone, and you'll never
Boy.
know what kind of stuff they into.
Yeah, man,
Jeff
so-
got caught with that 13-year-old. You don't want
Yeah, you don't want them
to
problems.
be on an
man.
episode of Catching Predator, and you was hanging with dude was riding in your car.
Riding in your car, boy, man. And then try to take you down with them. So these last two slides, man, we're probably gonna have to take our time on these two. I'm glad it's like on the 30 minutes. Okay, cool. How do you deal with the deviant side of you? Whether in the corporate world or even life, how do you deal with that deviant side of you? Because I think that's what people get tempted with most of the time. It's that deviant side of you, right?
Yeah. To me, you gotta have your own level of what's right and wrong. We all know what's right and wrong. Like, I know I'm a little weird. I like this and it's socially frowned upon, but I like it. You gotta be at peace with it,
Yeah.
You can't be crying and trying to confess your sins every time you do something you'd like to do. As long as it don't hurt nobody, I say, do it in moderation. But some people don't care if it hurt them somebody else. They gonna do it because that's what they want to do. Exactly. You gotta be at peace with your deviant side and maybe go to therapy. But nobody's gonna set your moral scale. You gotta do that yourself.
100%. Yeah.
So
do you think that if a person don't have that spiritual foundation, that the community or where they grow up at, their environment set their moral scale based on who they grew up around and stuff? The example.
Yeah, it's like you said, the three things. What would you rather have, or what's the first thing? Yeah. Without that spiritual foundation, you don't really care. You'll go with the wind. Boy. Somebody convince you to do something.
Yeah.
Being trisexual is trendy now. You don't just try it,
Boy.
I'm gonna try this. You can't talk me into trying stuff I don't want to try. If I kind of want to try, I'll probably do it because I'm me, because I know myself. But a lot of people will go where the wind blows.
Yeah, and then you have to be able to be honest with yourself. Like, if you don't have that spiritual foundation, the battle is always really dealing with yourself. Like me dealing with me. The battle is always me dealing with me. And people think deviant, they always think about like a couple things, but I mean, the deviant side may be boosting, you may be scamming, you know what I'm saying, a grifter, you know what I'm saying? You think about it like, was it Cheyenne Bryan, right? Talking about she had a doctorate, but she can't produce it, right? That's like deviant stuff, and it probably felt good rising to what she got to, you know what I'm saying? But now she's feeling it though, you know what I'm saying? If you don't get that under control, you will go that far like that, and then you'll get called out on it if you don't got it together.
Yeah,
you know she could have bought a fake degree. She could have easily bought a fake degree. They're probably easy to get. You know what I'm saying?
You told two people you was a doctor, but you liked how it felt when people addressed you as that. Now you on the internet. You're doing interviews and saying it. Now everybody know you as that, and now it's too big to contain.
Yeah. And then when a deviant meet another deviant, it just get crazy. You know what I'm saying? Whether at work, whether in life, you know what I'm saying? And then, you're trying to raise kids, you hope that they don't meet your son don't meet that deviant woman, or your daughter don't meet that deviant man, because sometimes you go deviant, you might not come back. Some people don't come back. They go there and they don't come back. Some people can come back. They can play around, then they come back, and some people don't. They just like, it's time to go around the world. You know what I'm saying?
So, and this is the thing.
I've been there.
You on level 3 and she on level 3. We think we good, but she's on level 3 in a different way.
Boy.
You know, you freaky and she a scammer,
Boy.
Or you a scammer, and she a murderer, so you never know what somebody's vice is.
Right. And every human has to deal with that deviant side. You got to either, find a way to get around it, suppress it, or like fight it, or it will get the best of you. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we're going to talk about now. How has some of the deviant side of people affected the community?
So like me, I think it's more so easier. I don't hurt anybody, and I'm kind of, if I got a hold on mine a little bit, like me and Guy had a conversation about what I needed to improve on.
Yeah.
But how do you control that? How get people in trouble? We see the things that are illegal. The drugs, the sexual things that are illegal can get you in jail.
Yeah.
Scamming somebody, lying on yourself or your credentials can get you in the spot. Cheating on your taxes can end you up in financial trouble, jail.
Yeah. And that's the thing, right? Both man and woman can do deviant stuff. Let's just, people try to say it's one person, this one side, or this side is both. We was talking offline, Peel, right? I was telling them like these things that people don't really normally think about, but if you grow up in the trenches, you see it. Like you see the beginnings of it, the middle of it, and the end of it, right? So I was telling my wife this. I'm gonna ask you this: do you think there's like so many sides to it, right? In the hood, landlords is sometimes it seems like it's always an old dude like Buddy, right? An old dude that own like 3 or 4 different houses, and he know that most dudes don't rent houses. These are mostly women, right? And he know at some point,
women.
So. And he know at some point, depending on the area, they ain't gonna always have the money for the rent, and he gonna pull a Buddy move on them, a deviant move on them. You know what I'm saying? Well, you ain't got the rent money, so let's talk about it. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I've been buying.
And then people like when you take your deviant and it cross into your business, you know what I'm saying?
But
go ahead.
You end up getting sued and you lose all this passive income just because you can resist asking that woman this inappropriate question. Cameras everywhere.
Now, check this out. The other side to that, right? The other side to that is there are women that get into these houses and they know they can't afford it. And that's their trump. That's their Uno card. Their deviant card.
But see, let's play Uno. You don't know when the other person gonna say Uno. Because she can be all well and good, understanding the terms of the agreement.
Right.
But one day she says, I'm gonna record something. You say something inappropriate, and you got on tape soliciting services. Even though she did it, now she got that free rent for how many ever months, and now she own one of their houses because she's suing you, and you facing fair time.
It's like a spectrum, and then there's a point on the spectrum that you two deviants meet at the right time, and that's their agreement, and it don't nobody sue nobody. They just doing it. It's a continuous thing. That happens a lot.
The thing about being the deviant, the other person could flip the script on you, like having a bean dog that bite everybody else.
Right.
But what about when it's your turn to get bit?
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, she ain't gonna bite me. That's my dog.
Right. For sure. I agree. And that's why the community be affected. Just like when somebody selling dope, right? If you are selling dope and then you got that deviant side of you, there's two sides to that, right? There's the dude who know that women not gonna have the money and they gonna turn tricks for it. And then there's the woman that knows she don't got the money for it, but she still want to get it. And she know that she can do that to get it.
But guess what? You think you're like a man. They said the drug dealer think he's the trapper. He put the bait out there, drugs.
Yeah,
she come and get the drugs. He caught her in the trap. But guess what? She is the trapper herself.
Yes, exactly.
And then you don't know who's going to spring the trap on who.
Right.
He just enjoyed the bait for right now. But she can spring the trap. You put yourself in compromising situations when you do compromising things.
Right. 100%.
So you got to watch out. It's like being out of bounds.
Yeah.
If you get caught out of bounds,
boy,
it's over. Like in football, they say they can call holding on every play.
Right. They could.
If the ref don't like you, it's getting called.
Yeah, for sure.
And you can't say in court, "Oh, Mike was doing it too." You can't do that. We're talking about you right now.
Yeah, we're talking about you, buddy. Yes, sir. And you think about the deviant side, like say with murder and stuff, like how we talking about who's setting the trap, right? It's a lot of women that set dudes up, you know what I'm saying? And they in the ground. And they never got caught up in that. I don't know how they could even live with it, like how it don't affect them, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I say it's not money thing, but don't young men or young men don't deal with broke women or don't deal with broke people, not because they don't have money. The things they would do. If $100 can change your life, a person will rob you for life-changing money.
Yeah.
The poorer you are, the less life-changing the money has to be.
Yeah.
Because to me, it's got to be millions of dollars, you know. But somebody, $50, I'll do anything for it.
Yeah.
And those people can hurt you. If you meet them female and you say, maybe I need to leave my wallet in my car. Maybe I need to put my money in my shoe. I don't need to bring my key over there. You shouldn't be messing with that woman.
But you know why they do?
And I was younger, you know, like I took a lot of chances I shouldn't. If I got
most dudes play roulette. They be friends. Most dudes play roulette when they're younger, though.
If I had a thing, I got to park 2 blocks down because I don't want to see my car. I should be messing with this person,
right?
You know, if you be a run off with your money, sometimes you just be happy, man. It could have been bad. She could have called her boys over. You know, I just got robbed, and that's a blessing because you could have. She took your money. She could have took your life.
Yeah, 100%.
Or he, you know, especially women, don't take them chances.
How many dudes? What's the percentage of guys that you think that you hope that you can marry, like a woman that wants to be a wife and has deviant skills at the same time?
Hey man, you know, I can hire everybody else to do those other things.
Yeah.
But God told me find one woman, I can only do this with her.
Boy, for real.
You know, I can't pay somebody $25 or $250. I can pay somebody $250 to clean my whole house, but I can't pay somebody $250 without strings attached for them other services.
Yeah.
So we can go together and hire a cleaning service, but we can't. I don't want to have threesome with my wife. You know?
Don't be like Stephon Diggs. 2 deviants meet each other. Just a perfect bomb. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna blow up at some point.
Yeah. So one day, in terms of the agreement,
boy,
ain't gonna satisfy both people no more.
Yeah.
And then you'll be in court.
All right, one last thing, then we're gonna close out. I'm gonna see what you think about this. I thought Pill was gonna be on, but I'm gonna ask what you think about this.
adults now that blame their adulthood on their childhood, but they don't take accountability for anything. They'll say, well, my life ended up like this because of what you didn't do as a parent. But they fail to realize, bro, you a grown man. You see what I'm saying? You can blame your childhood on your childhood, but you can't blame your adulthood on your childhood. Any decisions that you want to make that affect you right now, what they got to do with your mama? What you not having a job got to do with your mama? You smoking, drinking, not having custody of your kids, that ain't got nothing to do with your mama, bro. That's you. You have.
What you think about that, bro?
I think on the surface, it's spot on. That's absolutely correct. At one point, you're responsible. For your own acting. Like, we can't blame something that happened in third grade on something you're doing in your 40s. You know, well, my mama didn't teach me this. At some point, like you always argue, the age of accountability. When is it your turn to take the mantle and take responsibility for your own life? But it's deeper than that, right? Something like, especially when we start talking about psychological issues, molestation, that affects your character and what you're attracted to and what your deviant behavior.
Right.
It's dictated by something that happened to you when you're 10 or you're 5. You can't get that out of you. Whether therapy, people say it's easy, go get therapy. Sometimes you don't know you have a problem. So
that's true. Yeah,
I think it's extremes where something happened to you as a kid and you can never shake. But most of us, something did happen to us as a kid, but it ain't as extreme. You're responsible for what you do. You know, I can't talk about some third grade issue and I'm 37 years old. You know, it's your responsibility. Even if that trauma was terrible. And it said 1 in a million thing that happened to you that was so bad.
Yeah.
But the sad thing, you're still responsible.
Yeah, ignorance won't get you out of the consequences. You know what I'm saying? That's what I was saying the other day. Forget the judgment, avoid the results, man. You know what I'm saying? That's what I say. Avoid the results, man. Like them dudes that's in court for Fulio, ignorant dudes, but it didn't stop them from getting life without parole. You know what I'm saying? It didn't stop them, man. You know what I'm saying? They're still getting life without parole.
It's like a flow chart, and they made so many bad choices.
Yes.
Bad choices.
100%.
I'm going to ride with this man. You got a mama, grandma. Everybody saying how God is a big inspiration for them in their life and is a big part. But where was he when he was plotting this heinous action against somebody else? You know,
Boy, for real.
You know, I pray to myself and pray to God. I pray myself to God. I don't end up in situations where I'm thinking about me and I'm not thinking about him, and I make a chain of bad decisions that leads me in a place I can't get out of. And I'm calling on God. Then I should have called on square 5. Now square 13. God, please get me out, because he's the only one who can. I hope not to be in this situation.
Man, for real. But guys, thank you for watching. Those who come back and watch the after recording. Thank you for tuning in. Thinking Game Podcast. Let us know in the comments. What would you give advice about somebody moving in the corporate world? What would you say about deviant behavior? How has that affected our community? Let us know in the comments. So many scenarios, man. We'll be on here talking for hours about stuff we seen growing up. The deviant behavior slides under the radar because it's like in that in between of like good and bad. It's like gray, but it's so much deviant stuff that happened, man. It's unreal, man.
And now everything is acceptable. You, and is that the truth? You know, you can't just do some stuff.
Like if you wanted to see how crazy deviant behavior is, go ride down Martin Luther King like around midnight, and it still look like it's traffic. Like what? What's going on? Straight deviant demon time.
I don't think that was the dream he was talking about.
They on demon time, boy, for real. But yeah, guys, we finna get up out this thing. Thanks for watching Thinking Game Podcast. Like, share, and subscribe. Most consistent in the town, man. Little Rock, Southwest. Let us know in the comments what you think, and we'll catch you on the next one. Thinking Game Podcast. We out.